Yo, what's up, Cipherites, and welcome back to another episode of my Minecraft Let's Play. Today, I'm going to be playing Glitch Runners, and see if I can beat my high score. Now, as you can see, my high score is 944. I have the settings on basically easy mode. I've got the jump boost on, and the world speed is slow. The difficulty is normal. Now, you might be wondering, why not set it on easy? Well, the only options are normal and hard, and since I'm playing on mobile and hard is recommended for PC and console, I'm gonna do normal. I also figured that this video would be a good way to test the waters for D&D horror story reading. Now, I know I suggested yesterday that, in the previous video, that you could comment below with, RPG horror stories that you wanted me to read. And I realized I'm not really sure if you would want to hear me read them anyway. So I decided first I'd read this one that I found on Reddit. This was posted by Caneric one day ago. And it is titled, Awkward Encounter with the Christian Gamer. Now, of course, this will have mentions of Christianity, so if you are sensitive to that, then I would recommend you click off this video now. Let's get into the story. As Crit Crab would say, roll post. Saw a story about polytheism today, and I had a similar encounter a while back. It is easily one of my most awkward encounters with a new player ever. I was running a popular AD&D 2 edition game, I mean 2nd edition, sorry, not 2 edition, people don't say 2 edition. Anyway, I was running a popular advanced D&D 2nd edition game about 2 years ago now. I started with just 2 people, then suddenly it exploded in popularity with several people wanting to join. There was this teen who wanted to be in the game, and I got him started to make a character. After he rolled, he was talking about being a healer, so I suggested he play a cleric. Now, when I DM, I always refer to the PCs as you, as in what do you do? I think this is definitely the most common way of doing things, and this kid was in D&D before, so I was confused about what happened next. We are playing Forgotten Realms, and I brought out the Faiths and Avatar book and simply asked him, "What god do you worship?" This kid looked at me confused and slowly pointed his finger up. I was also now just as confused. I said something like, "What do you mean?" He said, "I worship God, the God above." At this point, I was totally confused and was thinking he was talking about him wanting his character to worship IRL God. Still very confused, I said, "I don't know how we're going to include that in our game. Please pick one from this book." At that point, the kid slowly slinks away, saying nothing, and goes across the room to another table. Never talked to him again. End post. OP does seem a little harsh saying that they never talk to this person again. But to be fair, I don't have all the context, so I can't make an accurate judgment. I'd like to remind you all listening that D&D is a fantasy game, and while there's nothing wrong with having your character worship the Christian God, or any god from a real-world religion, you do have the opportunity to worship gods from the realms of fiction. Like I said, this is D&D. You get to worship any of the gods from D&D. You don't need to force yourself to worship one god if that's what this player felt forced to do, worship one god from real life. Then again, since I'm Christian myself, I'm probably not a good person to discuss this matter with nuance. Now that I think about it, the way I read that post is probably why I don't normally read RPG horror stories. That, and I do want to get permission to read them, unlike what I did before with my Pokemon meme video. Feel free to comment below with what RPG horror stories you guys want me to read, if any, and whether or not you think that I did a good job reading this one and would like to see more. I will make sure to include a link to the original horror story in the description. which I must admit I unfortunately did not do in my Pokemon meme video. Although then again, with my Pokemon meme video, you could clearly look in the description and see that I didn't link to the original posts. I feel bad about that, but I feel like with all the updates on the Pokemon subreddit, it would take ages for me to find find links to the posts that I mentioned in the Pokemon meme video. But then again, I suppose I could just search for them. After I finish recording this, maybe I'll go and check the Pokemon subreddit to see if I can find the original memes that I looked at, and link to them when I can. Now let's get back to the Minecraft. I haven't been doing very well with these runs, but that is because I kept looking up at my computer screen to read the Reddit post. Ah, dang it, I died again. I do want to keep going until I break my record of 944 points, but I'm worried that that would take too long. Then again, a lot of the videos that I've been uploading as of late have been shorter than usual, so maybe you guys will like this if I go long enough to try and break my record? I don't know. For all I know, this video could end with me deciding not to break my record and ending the video before I get 995 points. Also, here's something that happened. Remember in the last video how I mentioned I was upset about that boss fight in the Magia record event that was going on? It was Angels on the Road for anyone curious. Well, I finally beat that level. I think I used the same team that I did in the level where I had won, but the Wi-Fi was gone too. A team full of water-type magical girls and a support Ren. Shout out to you, support Ren. Let me see if I can find the Magia record player who had that support Ren, and then I can thank them properly. Or at least, well, give them credit. Although I do need to finish this level first, of course. Once you start, you can't stop. Whew, that was a good jump there. I'm glad I have the high jump on. Now I've got to go around here so I don't trip the wire. I don't really remember what all of the things set up in Glitch Runners do. But maybe I can go through the tutorial again. First, though, I am going to look up the support Ren who I use so I can credit them properly and thank them. Okay, I think I broke the game. When I exited out of it for an instant and then came back in, I was stuck on the floor and the world stopped crumbling. Oh wait, yeah, I can just die. I thought I was going to have to make a new file. But whatever, we're here. But, more importantly, I checked my friends list to see if I could find the Ren support. I did not find them because everyone had changed their support in their first slot to someone else. And the only person who had Ren did not have the Memoria that the support Ren used during my fights, which was a Memoria that could inflict damage up to herself, well, not inflict, but apply, and a Memoria that could inflict fog. But, if you're listening, person who had that fog and damage up Ren, I really appreciate your magical girl's help. Also, the name of the player who did have a Ren in their support slot, number 1, but didn't have the Memoria that the support Ren that I used. Their username is Heikuro, so if I'm correct about that person being the person who gave the support Ren and they just changed up the support Ren's Memoria, thank you, Heikuro. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Also, I looked up some other names, and I can tell you that the flame type girl with the wand from that challenge is Meguru Hibiki, and the team that I used consisted of the support Ren, Umika Misaki, Nanaka Tokiwa, Tsuneo Toki, and Tamari Kira. I probably pronounced a lot of those names wrong. Well, let's start a new run. Also, I just went and updated the Pokemon meme videos description so that I had links to all of the Reddit posts that I talked about. Alright, let's go. You know, for glitch runners, you don't... I died. For glitch runners, you don't have to grab the green cube that drops in order to continue with the level. I used to think that you did have to, but I was wrong. Which does make it a lot easier to get going, because you don't have to be like, oh wait, I forgot to grab the cube. Then go back and grab the cube and then run along the course. I guess it's a good thing that I didn't have to create a new Glitch Runners world, because then I would have had to get a new I would have had to start over. And I'd be like, oh, well, I broke my high score on this new version of Glitch Runners in a situation where, like, I definitely would not have broken my old high score. And then I'd be like, well, I guess the video ends here. And then you guys would have a shorter video, and I don't want to have to make you guys deal with that. Oh, nice, I got an extra life. Now I'll go around here in case I can't make the jump. Go over this way. Awesome, got 16 more points. Oh, I think I was going to talk about what I do understand about glitch runners, because like I mentioned, there's some stuff about it that I don't understand. Okay, so I can tell that the regularly colored blocks are, well, regular paths, but the ones that have more of like a white pattern on them, but are also the color of the regular blocks, those seem to be ice. Because, like, I slide on them a little, or maybe they're soul sand because I seem to go a little slower on them. They're probably ice though, because I don't think you can slide in soul sand. Actually, I know that you can't slide in soul sand. The pressure plates trigger traps, and the trick wire hooks, if you trip them, then a wall will go up and you'll have to find another way around the level. That purple panel looking thing that I just saw, I can tell that those shoot off arrows. The plates that have sparks will instantly destroy you, I think. Or something along those lines. These rainbowy boxes usually have points or power-ups on them. Let me see, what else do I understand about this? Ooh, 3 points. I know there's other stuff that I understand, but I haven't seen it in this recording so far. At least not while I was talking about the other things. So I'll just mention them when I see them. Also, I just got another extra life, which is awesome, but I'm not sure if the extra lives will stack. Like, if I die once, I'm worried it might consume all of my extra lives. Because, like, I don't see a totem of undying in my inventory other than the one that I'm holding. So I feel as if I've only got 1 extra life. Although now I should have 3. These boxes that are flashing gray and white and black, those ones seem to spawn enemies if a certain condition is activated. I'm not sure what that condition is, but I feel like those flashing white, gray, and black panels are connected to the spots that I see that have red, like, wiring design on them. I'll point it out once I see another one. Gotta nab those points. Whoa, I just realized I already beat my high score, and yep, there is one of those red wiry design panels that I was talking about. I tried to do the tutorial, but it didn't really explain everything to me. Or maybe I'm just not good at comprehending stuff. Aw, dang it, wait! The Totem of Undying! But now there are enemies here. And yep, I only get one free life at a time. Well, that stinks, but at least I beat my high score. I would end the video here, but that would make it short and probably very boring. So I'm going to exit out of Glitch Runners, and then I'm going to go back on my Let's Play world and start preparing to set up that fence that I was talking about in the previous episode. I'll be back in a second. Alright, I'm back on my Let's Play world, and also I noticed that the previous episode, which you guys will have already seen by now, when I went to upload it on onto YouTube, it was loading really slow. I mean, by now it'll have finished updating, but as I'm recording this, it has not yet finished uploading. That's probably confusing, but whatever. Anyway, the speed issue probably has to do with my Wi-Fi being crummy. But it is uploading slowly but surely. So I would say don't worry, you'll still get the episode, but by the time this episode goes up, of course the previous episode will be up. Oh, nuts. Dang it. Oh, great, and a skeleton on top of all that? This is annoying. I had a nightmare about Minecraft recently, but I can't really remember the details. Although I probably shouldn't have mentioned that, because now someone will probably be like, "Can you please tell me about your Minecraft dream?" And I'll have to tell them that, as I already said, I can't remember the details. Sort of setting myself up for failure with that one. Because now that I brought it up, people will be curious. But like I said, I don't remember what really happened. It was rainy, though, and there were Endermen. The Endermen really scare me. Like, I like them in theory. I like seeing them hang around just holding blocks. But whenever I actually see one, I get really scared. I'm like, don't look at it, don't look at it, don't look at it, don't look at it. But then I do end up looking at it. It's sort of like when you tell yourself to not think of something. And also because I have to watch to make sure that I'm not close to it. And then they go all, rah, and I get really scared. The teleporting is makes it even scarier because I don't know where they're going to be next. For instance, off screen once I found an Enderman and I looked at it and went all rah, and I never figured out if I killed it or not. I'm paranoid to this day that it is following me or something. Here, let's go put away this stuff, and that'll be the end of the episode. Or at least it might be the end of the episode. We're only a little more than 15 minutes in so far. Now we put away this bread. And the stone and the dark oak wood. Off screen I can make some fencing with the spruce wood that I have. I've got some other stuff in here too that I forgot to put in my garbage pail chests. So I can't put those there. And I can put these vines up somewhere on my house. I'm sorry if this episode was boring for you guys. I couldn't really think of much to talk about. Although I think I did a good job. I think I'm going to end off this episode here. I hope you all have a fantastic day, week, month of your life, and I'll talk to you in the next video. See you later, Cipherites.